What we do is we create something out of nothing, and that's what makes Chicago.
This is a city. I can't say enough nice things about it.
So because it was flat, we built the tallest buildings in the world.
It's also a city with its own distinct accent and sense of humor.
Because we were in the middle of nowhere, we built the busiest airport on Earth.
They don't put up a lot of bull.
It's like it's your city, literally. Right?
Totally, your city.
Exactly. It's your city too.
Chicago.
It's her city, it's my city, it's our city. Could be your city too.
First thing is, unfortunately, most layovers in the great city of Chicago are involuntary because there are few airports you want to be in less. The O'Hare experience usually kind of sucks.
O'Hare International Airport. Due to its size, its importance as a hub, and unpredictable Midwestern weather, it's among the most likely to be laid over airports in the world. It blows. No other way to put it. In its favor, you could do a hell of a lot worse than find yourself stuck in Chicago. No matter how great you think your city is, Chicago is one impressive city. It should be noted that Chicago's Midway Airport is a smaller, more reasonable option.
O'Hare and Midway both have their pros and their cons, but driving from O'Hare to the city sucks.
A 45-minute cab ride is about 40 to 50 bucks. Not cheap, but Travel Channel is paying my freight, so I'm not doing the mass transit route.
So on the northwest side is O'Hare. Take the blue line straight to downtown. If you fly into Midway, you take the orange line straight into downtown. It costs $2.25. It's super easy.
I have 43 hours at Chicago this time around. I plan to spend none of them at O'Hare.
If you've eaten in the airport, bring an extra pair of underwear, I guess, in case you brown out your shorts for some reason. You don't want to be stuck on an airplane with a pant load of crap, that's for sure. I mean, not that that comes up, certainly not with me, but...
Chicago is a city of neighborhoods, distinct neighborhoods, each different from the next. Broken up into a grid, once delineated by ethnic groups who came here at various times in history to work.
They initially started based on nationality. The Italians all stuck together, the Polish all stuck together, the Greeks all stuck together, the Jews all stuck together.
Chicago is a neighborhood city. If you live in this city and you don't experience the eclectic culture here, there's something wrong with you, man.
To me, Chicago is the best city because it is so much about all of these little communities. 2 of our neighborhoods got voted as the most demographically mixed and integrated neighborhoods in the entire U.S.
It's built up of little pockets everywhere, neighborhoods all over the place. And they've all got kind of their own little character.
Swank is all get out, with the industry gold standard and big-ass comfortable beds. I'm staying at the Four Seasons. You might try Longman and the Eagle in Logan Square. It's too young and too hip for me, but it's got affordable rooms and the added bonus of 38 different whiskeys at the bar.
Hey, buddy, make room for an American car. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Move over. Move the over. We need a big car for a big town.
Whenever I'm in Chicago, city of big shoulders as they call it, I need a big-ass, gas-guzzling, made-in-America vehicle to drive in it. Maybe that's just me. In fact, good luck doing this yourself.
This is one of the truly most awesome cities in the world. They do not around in Chicago. I don't know whether it's physically the biggest or most populated, but really, I don't care what the numbers are. It's the second greatest city in America.
It's a true metropolis. I may love San Francisco and New Orleans and Austin and a few other cities ferociously, but they aren't megalopolises like this. They do things big. Big, I tells you. Mike Ditka big, Michael Jordan big, Bill Murray big. Oprah. It's one cultural Mount Everest after another. And yet, inexplicably, in spite of their general excellence in food, drink, music, everything really, their most famous cultural export is the appalling deep dish pizza. Irony being, in a town where everything is great, they're most famous for something that sucks.
In Chicago, when it comes to food, we like deep dish pizza. That's what we invented. We like Italian beef, dipped with everything. We like a hot dog with everything.
The food in Chicago is pretty intense. Chicago staples, you got the deep dish pizza, hot dogs, Chicago style, you know, no ketchup.
They have the finest hot dog in America here. Italian beef, also an object of complete and total awesomeness. They have great chefs, great restaurant scene, great music scene. It's a great drinking town, a great grandiose architecture, fantastic history of crime and corruption. This is the city without an inferiority complex. This is not a town for not that there's anything wrong with being just don't do it in Chicago.
On a quiet corner in the Old Town neighborhood sits one of the most storied, legendary drinking establishments in the nation. A touchstone of our country's cultural history, a Roman Senate of enlightened discourse. Many iconic figures of literature, comedy, the stage and screen, along with philosopher-poets for whom recognition never came. All have, at one time or another, rested, however briefly, their noble brows upon its bathroom walls.
Hey, faggy pants, come here, let's sing. Come on, let's sing for Jimmy. Get him up. They all ran after the farmer's wife. She cut off their tail with a carving knife. Did you ever see such a sight in your life as 3 blind mice? There we go. Now you're coming alive.
This is where a gentleman of the world might find a properly poured beverage, accompanied by spirited argument over important matters of the day.
What is your official position in this
My official position is that my ex-wife owns this bar, and I have sex privileges with the owner. That's my status.
Presiding over all this kingdom of great minds and dick jokes, is author, world-famous painter, golf hustler, raconteur, enabler, and blogger, Bruce Cameron Elliott. Steered to his good works by Roger Ebert, I found myself hopelessly caught up in the lives of the alehouse customers like Reuben Nine Toes, Clown, Mrs. Clown, Hawkeye, and others. It's early, so the regulars have yet to arrive, but Bruce's closest protégés, known to thousands as Faggy Pants and Street Jimmy, are going about their daily chores. Those were not their given names at birth, but that's how they're known, in this town anyway, by just about everybody.
Your personal prejudices and likes and dislikes feature heavily in the policies of the saloon. Would that be fair to say?
One thing I said, Frank Sinatra will never be allowed on his jukebox as long as I'm alive.
But I mean, dude, it ain't that person. I mean, you know, you can't even listen to his music because it was
Well, it's not I don't like his music either. I mean, that helps.
Other than great company, what makes a great bar? A good jukebox, for one.
And you'd be amazed when you get a group of people that you don't want, like some bikers will come in and start really getting rough and starting to cause problems. He'd just walk over and put on opera. It's funny, because they just start fidgeting.
Right.
And then pretty soon, all of a sudden, they just, I hate to and off, out they go. So we always keep an opera on the jukebox.
You could, if immune to works of internationally renowned magnificence, belly up at Happy Village in the eastern part of the Ukrainian village. Ping pong? Not me. At the Ale House, floor to ceiling, Bruce's world-renowned paintings, character studies, and homages memorializing regulars past and present, living and dead. Also political figures, some quite familiar. This one brought Bruce international fame and death threats.
My one critique of the Palin picture is I'm going to say with a reasonable degree of certainty that she waxes.
Well, I can say with even more certainty, no.
No, really? Old school 70s Bush.
But I'm from the 50s and I prefer pubic hair anyway.
Really? I haven't seen any since like 19...
No, you don't see it anymore.
You know, you don't. You really got to travel far and wide, so to speak.
Right.
Humorless radio hosts, be advised, of all political stripes are fairly represented. Democrat or Republican, you can easily find yourself depicted in less than flattering light. Here, Rod Blagojevich submits to a cavity search prior to his imprisonment. and this classic pastoral work titled Newt's Three Wives. Being responsible citizens, Bruce and I have hired a designated driver to take us to our next destination.
How do you do, sir? Hi, you are our designated driver?
Yes, indeed.
I do not envy your work. How many drunk-ass people do you have to drive? Ugh. Oh, my God. So, you know, one of the things that's interesting about Chicago, I noticed on the way from the airport, I'm in a taxi, and they have the little thing there giving you the price, $50 cleaning fee for vomiting in the taxi. So I always wondered, it's like, I can afford that, you know? And I was like...
Well, I mean, that's one of our problems in the bar, are the people that, I mean, that throw up in the urinal, which you almost have to stick your hand in there. Not the same.
Sometimes you don't have those options, though. I mean, I can tell you from personal
There's
experience.
a lot of times you don't think it through.
But whose bathroom is more up, men's or women's?
You know, women don't try to pull the sink off.
Right.
That's probably the only real difference.
Some people, not me, but some people, might, instead of spending their afternoons in dark, beer-smelling saloons, want to take a boat ride. An architectural boat tour in Chicago, anyway, may actually provide you with some impressive stuff to look at. They've always done buildings in a big way here. Architecture, important, particularly to Chicago. Just have a drink first, and maybe a cheeseburger.
Oh, there it is, the Billy Goat. Thank you, sir.
The Billy Goat is located underground and directly underneath the Chicago Tribune building, which is gorgeous, by the way. So even though we arrive at noon, it already feels like it's nighttime here. No windows, neon lights, obvious regulars already settled in at the bar. Given its close proximity to the Chicago Tribune and the Sun-Times building, it also means it's been ground zero for drunk-ass journalists since the beginning of time. Jeff McGill has been professionally enabling them for 31 years at this very bar. Mike Royko, Nelson Algren, Studs Terkel, Roger Ebert, he remembers them all. It is a good and wonderful thing to be poured a drink by a true professional.
What are we going to be eating today?
Double cheese the best.
There we go.
Cheeseburger, 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 cheeseburger.
I will have that.
No fries, chips. No Pepsi Coke. Double cheese the best. Double cheese the best.
We'll have a double cheese.
Double cheese.
I'm drinking a beer already. Fries good.
One more double cheese. Another double cheese. Another double cheese. Double cheese. Double cheese.
Hence
Next.
the legend.
Cheeseburger, cheeseburger, cheeseburger. No fries, chips, and no Pepsi Coke. Double cheese the best. Double cheese the best.
Important moment of my life.
If it's not burger day for you, you could go to Uptown's Argyle Street, to Chicago's own tiny version of Saigon, where tank noodle awaits. Piping hot bowls of delicious pho greet a steady stream of regulars. Or there's the legendary Kuma's in Avondale, where the lines may be long, but heavy metal aficionados could find the burger of their dreams. Death metal and ground beef. Tattoos, more fine works of art. Fried egg on your burger? Yes. Prosciutto? Can do. And whiskey on tap.
Okay, so who are, if you look at a Chicago, all-time Chicago heroes, who's the president of Chicago?
I'll tell you one thing, up until his illness, I mean, Ebert would draw as much attention.
Ebert, Roger Ebert.
I would say so.
He's gonna walk down the street and everybody's gonna say,
I've walked down the
"You're
street
our
with
guy."
them. Everybody just... like,
You are our guy.
yeah, I would say so.
Burger was quite decent.
I thought you could get a kick out of this.
I'm happy. If I was picking a place to die, it would be pretty much, it would look like this.
I've got, what, 39 hours left? At least if you're dumb enough to believe that stupid ticking clock down there. That should, however, be enough time to do what I came to do.
From my experience, a lot of Chicago people are the give-it-to-me straight people. They don't like a lot of fluff, no pretension, just true Midwesterners.
Chicago's got like this camaraderie going on. Everybody is really nice.
Yeah, until you piss them off.
It's not no in a harsh way, but for the most part, there's definitely a level of honesty that sometimes you get smacked with.
Oh yeah, it handles like a sports car.
Late afternoon, day one. After a nice nap, I feel sufficiently sobered up to lose that designated driver.
For a great city, Chicago is actually underrated. Particularly like as far as like, you know, hipster buzz. I think they eat their hipsters here. You know, it's a tough town. There's an implied greatness to Chicago, a toughness. And I'm bringing my Portland crew, yo, and we're really gonna team Chicago guys up. No, probably not.
It has been overstated, but it's still true that in Chicago, a working class ethic prevails. You gotta do something here. Paul Kahn is a hard-working guy. Along with partner Donnie Medea, who you'll meet later, he's opened a half a dozen important and amazing establishments over the years, changing the whole landscape of dining in Chicago in important ways. His most recent is Publican Quality Meats in the West Loop. Butcher shop, charcuterie, center of bread making, they sell retail cuts of meat as well as supplying his growing empire.
Wait a minute, and you serve liquor here?
We do.
So I can come in here and have like an artisanal hunk of bread. Correct me if I'm wrong. I can have a piece of good cheese.
Yeah, great.
And eat something from your charcuterie program. Wait a minute. Are there hipsters here? Is this a hipster establishment?
It's not.
Is that what's going on here?
It's not. We have a few employees with tattoos.
Culatello, chicken liver pate, spicy copa, head cheese, sopressata, blood sausage, pork and foie gras pate, testa, pickled tongue.
Blood mortadella is pretty interesting.
Well, I'm excited by the blood mortadella.
Calabrian thing.
Just a snack before dinner, right?
Cheers. Nice to see you again. It's been a while.
Across the street from Paul Kahn's butcher shop is Publican.
Why, hello. How are you? Very well, thank you.
It's a big, loud, beer hall type place. Lots of communal tables, family-style plates, and a tendency towards pork.
Whoa, look at this place.
Hey.
Hey, how are you, man?
Great seeing you.
Good to see you.
Chicago is, or was, a great newspaper town. Mark Caro has been writing for the Great Chicago Tribune for over 20 years.
Is he making money here or what?
He's doing well.
How is it possible? Be like a really nice guy, serve great food, and make money?
That's a good combination.
Yeah, but a rare one. Usually one of those is missing.
A plate of beautiful lake perch, arugula, red onion, parmigiano.
Ah, very nice.
Bourdain noir with summer squash and roasted peppers.
Oh, now that's a beautiful thing.
Frites with egg. Because, well, because you can.
This is not a go to the doctor and get your cholesterol tested in the morning dish.
I took my Lipitor today. Chicago's not a town that does anything in a small way.
No.
Political corruption here tends to be done in a big way.
Impressive, colorful, creative. I mean, the stuff that Blago was doing, like, it was like entertaining, you know? It's like you're reading about it, and you're just like, oh my God, he shook down a children's hospital.
Lurid might be the word. I mean,
Lurid,
it really...
Yeah, I mean, embarrassing.
Another smart choice would be to go and try this place. Chef Bill Kim is a South Korean native, and his wife, Yvonne Cadiz Kim, a Puerto Rican, who decided to combine their cultures to open Urban Belly, a dumpling house. Their signature dish, fat rice, served with beef short ribs and pork belly. And there's big steaming bowls of delicious ramen with more pork belly. I'm at Publican, though, eating cantaloupe salad with chicory, prosciutto, and champagne vinaigrette. Speck, burrata, tomato, and pears. Octopus with barley and watermelon. I like this.
Good, that'll work. The sense of humor is a prized characteristic here. Do you have to be funny here?
To be a Cubs fan, you absolutely have to have a sense of humor. So that's like, you know, the whole north side of the city, right? You have to have gallows humor about the weather. You have to have gallows humor about these people you elect to office. Those are three pretty big parts of your life. I mean, the people you elect and, you know, all the teams you root for are kind of a joke.
The name, the Windy City, doesn't just come from the totally bone-chilling wind that we have all of the time. It also is because of our political corruption.
It's another great thing about the city. It's a big drinking city. There's a bar in every corner.
I love drinking. Are you kidding? I'm in Chicago.
In Chicago, the idea is that a bar in and of itself, a tavern in and of itself, where people can just hang out and have a beer, that's considered a good thing.
Don't most revolutions start in bars? It's where communities of people get together and share ideas.
Chicago does bars right. Some of the finest bars and taverns anywhere.
Oh, wonderful. Hello. Hey. Hi. How you doing? Good, thanks.
The Hideout began in 1934 as a factory bar, looking after the alcohol needs of local steel and cabinet-making industries in the area. Now, due to its nice out-of-the-way location and enlightened hospitality policies, it's an eclectic refuge for a cross-section of local Chicagoans, blissfully free of ironic goatees or haberdashery.
Now, you don't talk about drinking, you do it, for God's sake.
The Mutiny in Bucktown has been open 23 years. A deep, dark cavern of a place where musicians go to relax, try out new songs and ideas. 32-ounce beers for around $3, punk bands, and the mysterious Chicago Malort, a must-try. Spirits have continuously been served in this building for 90 years, officially since Prohibition. Owners Tim and Kate, two magnificent examples of civic-minded Americans, have been running the place for 16.
As a Chicagoan, you tend to identify yourself with the working class tradition.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
You used to making things here.
That's right. And so the thing is this, Chicago is not the city where we talk about interesting projects, all right?
We get to work.
It's like, form a band and let's do it.
So hanging around, mom and dad supporting you while you figure out what you're gonna do with your life, that would not be a viable...
No.
Day one, finally over. 32 hours left.
This is one of the best cities in the world. It's 100% world class. You get a big city feeling with beautiful trees, beautiful parks, a beautiful lakefront.
If you're an outdoorsy kind of person, our beachfront offers kayaking. Recently, I just saw surfers out there. It was really great to see that here in Chicago.
Even though we're stuck in the middle of the Midwest, there's something about the lake that feels like we almost have the ocean anyway.
Everybody's waiting for summer, and once summer hits, you go driving on Lakeshore Drive and you look at those beaches, every beach jammed. Beautiful people, everybody's having a good time.
Oh, North Beach, volleyball. Guys, find an excuse to get away from your girlfriend if you're going to North Beach volleyball. And rent a bike, ride along the lakefront. You're gonna love
it. Late morning, day two, a little over 22 hours to go. Generally speaking, I don't give a about donuts. I like coffee fine, but not in like a cast of friends way, where it's an afternoon entertainment. But a coffee and a donut together is not a bad thing, and the Donut Vault makes, I have to say, excellent donuts. Maple buttermilk, okay, good, and coffee, ready to face the day.
My personal theory, donuts were invented by Stalin to weaken our country from within, erode our state of military readiness, destroy the flower of our youth. By the way, do not put a burger between donuts. Jesus definitely doesn't want you to do that.
If you need something more substantial, there's the more full-service Sweet Maple Cafe on the west side of University Village. They do brunch every day. You can get homemade cornmeal or sweet milk biscuits and eggs, home fries, grits, corned beef hash, even fried catfish nuggets, a little bit of the South. And holy that's a lot of pancakes.
One of the greatest things in my mind that I get a kick out of every day when I'm in this city, paying the $2.25 to get on the L, you get a great tour of the city by not even having to do anything or know where you're going.
Take the train around the loop, downtown, pretty neat. Rattly as hell, it's 100 and some years old. It's all the same crappy old track and ancient trestles and stuff, so it's kind of like riding an old wooden roller coaster.
Transfer to Red Line trains and stay in lane.
I'm gonna transfer. I'm staying right here until it gets cooler outside. Oh yeah. just take this around all day.
If somebody didn't want to pay, I tell them to go up under the turnstile, and you get on free.
I could sort of understand that.
Yeah, you can't understand that.
No, I think I could, actually.
You can't understand nothing.
You should probably keep in mind that using Street Jimmy's method to save a couple of dollars might well result in a summons from the Chicago PD. But do what you gotta do. I like museums. I know it might not look like that, as I seldom am seen going into museums. And of course, I do constantly advise you to avoid them, but not in Chicago. They've got good museums in Chicago, a lot of them. You got the Art Museum, which is great, but you also have the awesome Museum of Surgical Science off Lakeshore Drive. I'm obsessed with trepanning kits. I want one. This headache is killing me.
I have an interest in trepanning.
Great.
And you have trepanning devices here in
We
a section?
do, several from
I'm so
all
happy. This
different
is a
types.
dream come true.
Oh, good. Here, come on.
Back in the day, if you had a bad headache or were acting weird or just felt out of sorts, a popular treatment involved popping open your skull like a beer can and letting the pressure out. Fun, huh? Sometimes it even worked. Don't try this at home, kids.
So trepanning is the oldest known surgery, and it was originated in Peru about 4,000 years ago. So as you can see in the painting, they're kind of drilling into the gentleman's skull, usually without any form of anesthesia.
And this, that can't be good.
Basically, there's a few other devices that would have been used in relation to the
Right.
procedure. So you have a few chainsaws, and this is actually an amputation saw.
Now, I've been looking for one of these kits, honestly. They do pop up on eBay now and again.
And there's one additional skull. I'm not sure if you noticed it, but the one on the top, you can see bone growth. So we know for a fact that that person actually survived the procedure.
Ah, that's a neat hole, but no growth, so.
No, probably did not survive.
Yeah, well, it was not always a good thing when the doctor came visiting in the 19th century. Ooh, that's not good. That's a vaginal specula. Oh my God, it looks like a pizza cutter. Oh, bloodletting. Cesarean? Oh, the gallery there. Looking at the brain slices. Ooh, are there any syphilis treatment devices for curing of venereal diseases? Because they used to penetrate and open up this umbrella type thing and yank it out. You know, I'm there looking at like trepanning kits and speculi, and you know, I see a Japanese family there looking through the exhibit, and I'm thinking, what kind of sick could they be?
Think I'll head back to my hotel, bore a hole in my skull, and relax.
The thing about Chicago is that people in this city want you to love the city the way they do. There's something for everyone. If you want to just get loaded, you can do that easy enough. If that's not your thing and you want to go to the top of a skyscraper, you can do that too.
Yeah, I'm taking Schlitz. Yeah.
Barkeep. Hey, can I get a Schlitz too, please?
I'll have another one of these as well, yeah, thanks. It's been a long time since I've had a Schlitz.
Simon's Bar in the predominantly Swedish neighborhood of Andersonville. Like so many bars around town, born at the end of Prohibition in 1934 and operating steadily since. Decorated in what might be called mid-period Viking. Old wood, you walk in the door here, it's like getting a big boozy hug from Pippi Longstocking.
You know, Schlitz, not bad beer.
It's really good.
Schlitz is widely available here, so I'm on my way.
Look at this place coming in, it was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna like it here.
Did you see the beaten up mural?
Yeah. Old school. We gotta love it. The fake flowers, the Viking ships, you know what?
What can you say about a dive bar? You know, it's either got it or it doesn't.
Yeah, this place has got it.
Yeah.
So let me ask some obvious questions. Chicago.
Right.
A friend of yours is coming in from town. Has never been to Chicago before. Some bars would be a good thing for
you
sure.
know what? I'd go to the Green Mill.
Yeah.
I would actually, if you want to really get the humanity of it all, I'd go to the Green Mill at 2:30 on a Saturday night.
I agree with Paul, as always, that you should also keep in mind the terrific green milk. As pure Chicago as it gets. Music, often swing bands or jazz, almost every night. A great, eclectic, non-douche crowd. And really, just a must-go Chicago thing. They don't make bars that look or feel like this anymore.
You have pressed meat in tubes around the rest of the world. We don't really consider those hot dogs. Those are weak imitations. You haven't had a real hot dog until you had a Chicago-style hot dog.
You get mustard, you get onions, you get that really bright green relish on it, some sweet peppers or sport peppers, and you just don't get ketchup. Don't ask for it because they're not going to give it to you.
By my way of thinking, the Chicago Red Hot is the finest example of hot dog on the planet. There, I said it and I meant it. Now, me and Paul meet up with his partner Donnie at Jimmy's Red Hots in Humboldt Park. Donnie is an aficionado of the tubular meats, having run his own cart back in the day.
I think each individual Chicago neighborhood has a favorite, and there's variations, what kind of relish.
Right, so is this as fiercely contested a neighborhood thing as like a White Sox-Cubs thing?
I think so, yeah.
But, so this is your neighborhood, therefore it's your dog.
One pays attention to the time-honored details when talking hot dogs here. Every element, the garnish, the bun itself. No one disagrees about the ketchup thing. That's just wrong.
Oh man, I know that's a beautiful object.
The bun is important too. Steamed.
The bun is not toasted, steamed.
Steamed.
Dog boiled, not deep fried or seared on tin foil.
It's also about the snap too. If that casing snaps in your mouth, you know it's...
So what do you think?
I'm thinking that's a good dog.
There are many, many great hot dog options in Chicago. Bourdain's Drive-In on Lincoln Square, typical. Tiny shacks surrounded by an only slightly larger parking lot. But maybe it's a taco you need. You got that in Chicago. Lots of Mexicans in Chicago, and that always means good food. At Taqueria El Asadero, they have what you need. There's beef or chicken burritos, of course, and tacos and tortas and the usual fillings. But their lengua taco filling is the way to go. That's tongue, by the way, and good tongue.
It's a good argument to have, who makes the best hot dog, but in Chicago, but the fact is, you're generally talking about a very high level of meat in tube form, whoever your favorite is. It's a perfect day for me, and I'm headed straight for a nap after this.
For real?
Oh yeah. I gotta rest up for round 2. Spent the day getting drunk and eating, and then I'll be doing the same tonight.
Tough job. Really?
And it takes its toll.
Pardon me? Yeah, I believe it.
There's 2 baseball teams in the city of Chicago. There's the Cubs on the north side, Sox on the south side.
I'm a Cubs guy. We won't even mention the Sox, even though I'm on the south side. I'm going with the Cubs. You're gonna get me beat up around here.
South side much more serious about baseball, I think, because they have a winning team most of the time.
For the White Sox to win the World Series, it was amazing. We don't expect it. The Cubs, they haven't won a World Series in over a century.
I don't think they've ever won the World Series.
Night falls. I love the sound of that. Night falls over Chicago. I'm headed to my 5th bar in 2 days, at least according to that bogus clock anyway. A baseball bar down the street from Wrigley Field during a night game, the L&L Tavern. Given its proximity to Wrigley Field, you'd assume it's a die-hard Cubs bar. But in fact, things are more complicated than that. Turns out they play both sides of the city. Probably wise, too, when the Cubs are getting their brains beat out.
So what, stereotypically, who are Cubs fans and who are White Sox fans?
The Cub fans are the snotty North Siders, and the Sox fans are the working class South Siders.
Now that's the stereotype, but is that based in reality? Is it really class war?
Yes.
It is. We didn't have to think about that.
No, it's an evil, vicious cycle. Now I'm supposed to show you a liquor that's made in Chicago called Malort. Are you familiar with it?
I was not.
Soon you will be. This is one of the few liquors made in Chicago.
Really?
It is a digestif in the same school as Jaeger.
Oh.
But different. It's old German. It actually has wormwood in it as well.
Oh, so there's a remote possibility I could get all stabby and belligerent.
Perhaps you could, and I've heard that's not uncommon.
It's true.
Cheers.
Cheers.
One might go to the Skylark in Pilsen. Not me, you.
When I'm in Pilsen, I go to the Skylark generally. It's kind of like friendly, kind of weird, cool old place. I think it was a bus terminal, actually, is my understanding. I'll eat there occasionally. Tater tots are great.
Back at the L&L, the Cubs situation has improved a bit, but not enough.
9-2 Cubs. 9-2 Cubs losing. Bottom of seventh. Bottom of seventh.
So what, stereotypically, deep dish pizza. If we were to take an informal poll of the bar, what percentage of these people actually like and eat deep dish pizza?
Hey, how many of you like deep dish pizza? If you like deep dish pizza, raise your hand.
Nobody from here eats deep dish pizza.
No one from here eats deep dish
They're
pizza.
supposed to eat it when their friends come in town.
Right. See, that was my theory. I hope that's the. I
believe you. I
think
believe
that's
it's
a working
true.
theory.
Yes. Thank you. Give that man a drink.
My appetite suitably enticed by local hooch, it's time for dinner. This is The Girl and the Goat, owned and chefed by the righteously deserving Top Chef winner and all-around awesome person, Stephanie Izzard.
Pick up scallops. Pick up shishito sugo. And pick up a trout.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Well, that's a lot of cooks in there.
It's big, bigger than I expected, but it works, and works well.
I mean, I was expecting a little place. This is like gigantic and audacious. I mean, is America clamoring for goat?
I start with kohlrabi salad, blueberries, and ginger vinaigrette, because even I like to eat some roughage now and again. Roasted beets with green beans, kale, and anchovy, which is particularly delicious. Ravioli of escargot. This is indeed a happy place.
So it's just the idea of classic escargot, but it's inside the ravioli. A little tamarind and bacon. Gotta get a little crunchy onion on top. Texture.
Wow.
As far as food goes, you know, stereotypically meat and potatoes. People want meat and potatoes, but it turns out that Chicagoans are like just big foodies, and they want to try new things, and they're ready to sort of get past that old stereotype, I think. And
well, of all of the cities in America, Chicago, for some reason, embraced modernist cooking to a degree that no other city in America did.
Roasted cauliflower, pickled peppers, mint, grilled octopus with beans, guanciale, and fish sauce vinaigrette, which is incredible.
You must give food writers fits because you're very hard to pin down geographically. Are you born and bred Chicagoan?
born in Chicago, my whole family's from here, but raised on the East Coast. And something like brought me back here 12 years ago. So
12 years ago. That works.
Yeah.
That would qualify you as a Chicagoan, because apparently the qualifications are pretty rigorous here. Do you know your next door neighbor's name?
I do.
See?
I mean, I live a few blocks away. I walk to the dog park. I walk to work. The fact that we're set on a lake and it sort of makes it feel not that much like a city. There's just a lot more of a neighborhood, cozy feel. And I think when I go visit other cities, I just kind of miss that.
Oh, no. Whoa, wait, there's more. What is this?
Goat belly with lobster and bourbon butter.
Oh, really?
And this, oh Lord, how wonderful thou art. Oven roasted pig face with, yes, fried egg and potato sticks.
Wow.
Just cut it up and go crazy and then just eat it, yeah.
Nice. Oh, yeah, look at that.
Just gotta get a little bit of everything.
I love the taste of pig's face in the evening. It tastes like victory. To you, Chef.
Cheers.
And we'll be right back after the
My flight leaves tomorrow, noon, a little while left.
In Chicago, I think we're the city that invented Italian beefs, and that's when you take the sandwich and you dip it in the au jus.
And whatever neighborhood you're from, everybody's got their beef stand that they go to. Mine is Johnny's, because I'm from Elmwood Park, and I will put his beef against anybody's.
On my way back to the dreaded O'Hare, I stop for an important station of the cross. Johnny's Beef, where they do the all-important Chicago staple, Italian beef, right.
Beef, hot, sweet.
Beef, sweet,
Wet.
hot. Make it juicy.
In a large lemonade.
Large lemon.
Beloved by Chicagoans as it well should be. Superbly moist, some might say drenched, and delicious. This transcendental amalgam of slowly cooked round steak, sweet peppers, hot peppers, dripping with magical, greasy beef juice.
And I have to say, there's something a little awkward about going up to a grown man and saying, I like some Italian beef, hot, sweet, and wet, my good man. To which his response was, make it juicy. I don't know. Let us see this magnificent creation. Favorite son of Chicago. Oh, Jesus, look at this. Holy crap. Holy wow. It is a big, soggy load of awesomeness.
Another excellent option, of course, would be the legendary pork chop sandwich at Jim's Original, which has been making these things brilliantly for like 70 years.
The premier pork chop sandwich, but you gotta be careful. You don't want to bite in the bone.
There are two best times to eat a pork chop sandwich in Chicago, either before or after you go to a White Sox game, or 4 o'clock in the morning. And when you're wasted, it's a much tougher sandwich to eat because, after all, there is that giant bone in it.
I'll tell you, a deep dish. This is a signature dish that any great city should be proud to boast of.
Chicago. Done right, you drag your ass sleepily off to the airport, chin smeared with the grease from an Italian beef sandwich, belching mustard from last night's Red Hot, dimly trying to remember to whom you must apologize for your previous misadventures. Oh, Chicago, you are indeed a wonderful, wonderful town.